Welcome back to Simple Stories, Smart Kids, where stories sparkle, tables talk, and even goats can outsmart humans. Today's story is full of food, magic, mischief, and a flying donkey. Yes, you heard that right. So grab your favorite snack. Don't worry, we won't tell the wishing table. Get cozy and let's dive into the tale of the wishing table, a story that proves even a napkin can lead to something amazing. Once upon a time, in a little cottage at the edge of a magical forest, there lived a poor woodcutter with his 3 sons, Hans, Max, and little Fritz. Now, these 3 brothers were as different as apples, bananas, and pancakes. Hans, the eldest, was strong as an ox, but sometimes a little clumsy. Let's just say that if there was a puddle, his feet would definitely find it. Max was clever. So clever, in fact, that he could solve puzzles faster than a squirrel finds its acorn. And little Fritz? Well, he was small, sweet, and a tiny bit cheeky. The kind of boy who could eat 5 cookies in one sitting and still want another. Life in their cottage was simple, sometimes a bit too simple. Each day, their dinner table looked emptier and emptier. One evening, after a supper that was more air than soup, their father sighed. "Dear sons, I'm afraid you'll need to seek your fortunes. Go out into the world. Maybe luck will smile at us for once, and bring home something to eat besides cabbage soup." So, our 3 brothers set out the next morning. Hans with his axe, Max with a satchel of clever books, and little Fritz with nothing but a smile and a pocket full of crumbs from breakfast. And of course, a handful of dreams. Hans went north, striding like a hero. He found work as a carpenter's apprentice, chopping wood and sawing planks. The boss was strict. No snacks before lunchtime. One day, the master called Hans. "My boy, you work hard, and though you sometimes break more than you build, I have a gift for you." Out came a table, not too fancy, just the perfect size for a large pizza or 20. The master winked. "This is no ordinary table. When you say, 'Table, be set,' it will do something special." Hans thought the master's soup was too salty and maybe the old carpenter had lost his marbles, but he thanked him anyway and set off home, thinking of how proud his father would be. As Hans traveled back through towns and villages, he stopped at an inn to rest. The innkeeper, who loved eavesdropping more than watering his plants, watched as Hans placed his special table in his room. That evening, Hans whispered, "Table, be set." And whoosh! Suddenly, the table shimmered, danced a little jig, and covered itself with steaming soup, fresh bread, golden cheese, and, just for fun, a mountain of jelly tarts. Hans feasted like a king, his nose dusted with sugar, and cheeks shining with joy. But the crafty innkeeper peeked through the keyhole. That night, when Hans snored louder than the village cows, the innkeeper snuck in and swapped Hans's magic table for a plain old one. Oh, that naughty innkeeper! Back at the cottage, Hans arrived, bursting with pride, announcing his magic table. The family gathered, their stomachs rumbling louder than a summer thunderstorm. "Watch!" said Hans. He patted the table, cleared his throat, and declared, "Table, be set." Nothing happened. Only a spider tiptoed across the table, looking for crumbs. Hans blinked. Wait, I promise. Last night there was pudding." His brothers smirked, father sighed, and little Fritz licked a spoon hopefully. Next, clever Max set out. He found work with a kind miller and repaired everything from windmill sails to the cat's favorite hat. At the year's end, the miller said, "Max, you have brains as sharp as a porcupine's quills. Here, a reward." He handed Max a magical donkey named Goldie. And this was no ordinary donkey. When you said, "Donkey, make gold," plop, 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 out came gold coins from the donkeys. Well, let's just say the back. Isn't that a bit strange and wonderful? Excited, Max headed home. On his way, he too stopped at the same tricky inn with the same nosy innkeeper. That night, Max whispered to Goldie, "Donkey, make gold." Mom, and suddenly, the room sounded like rain, only instead of raindrops, it was gold coins. Plop, plop, plop. They piled high, enough to fill a bathtub. Max giggled, scooped up the coins, and dreamed of filling the cottage pantry with all the treats they could ever want. But that sneaky innkeeper was watching. Quietly, he switched Goldie for a regular donkey, one with a grumpy attitude and 0 gold in the inventory. Max hurried home. "Father, Hans tried his best, but my donkey is magic. Just watch." The family gathered again. "Donkey, make gold." They... "See," Max said, "don't." The donkey looked grumpier and only made a hee-haw sound, not a single coin. Just a whiff of country air. Hans rolled his eyes. Father rubbed his stomach. And little Fritz held his nose and giggled. Finally, it was little Fritz's turn. He bounced out the door with a wave and a pocket full of hope. He found work with a kindly chef, helping to bake cakes and taste all the icing. Just quality control, of course. When the year ended, the chef smiled. "Little Fritz, for your hard work and cheerful heart, I give you this sack." Fritz peeked inside and saw nothing. The chef whispered, "Just you wait. Inside is a magic stick. If someone tries to steal from you, say, 'Stick out of the sack,' and it will chase them until they say, 'Sorry, sorry,' and return what they've taken." Fritz laughed. "A stick? Will it help me find treats?" But he took the sack and set off home, passing, of course, by the famous inn. The innkeeper, never able to mind his own beeswax, whispered to himself, "Another one. Let's see what this boy brings." That night, little Fritz pretended to sleep, but he peeped with one eye. Sure enough, the innkeeper slithered into the room, reaching for Fritz's sack. Suddenly, Fritz shouted, "Stick! Out of the sack!" "Ah, steamy! I see!" Wham! The naughty stick leaped out, spun around like a tornado, and gave the innkeeper a lesson in "Don't steal." Faster than you can say, "Ouch!" The innkeeper yelped, "Please, please, I'll give back the table and the donkey. Just call off your wild stick. Only if you promise never to cheat travelers again." Fritz giggled. The very next morning, Fritz carried home the wishing table, the golden donkey, and of course, his faithful magic stick. Back at the cottage, the family was gloomy as a rainy day with leaky boots, until they saw Fritz bursting in with treasures. "First, this. Watch this, said Fritz, placing the table down. "Table, be set." Aye, and ta-da! Instantly, a feast appeared. Crispy bread, steaming soup, pancakes stacked high, gingerbread and jelly tarts by the dozen. Hans's and Max's eyes went as wide as saucers. "Now, meet Goldie," said Max, leading in the donkey. "Donkey, make gold." Plop, plop, plop. Golden coins rained down onto the floor, rolling under chairs and into those tricky places where only dust bunnies go. Father couldn't believe his eyes, or his stomach. He wept for joy, hugged his sons, and then ate 13 gingerbread cookies in one bite. The family wasn't poor anymore. No, sir. From then on, their table was always full, their pantry never empty, and their smiles as bright as the golden coins. As for little Fritz, he kept his stick safe in the sack, just in case anyone tried any more sticky-fingered tricks. The innkeeper, of course, never tried to steal again, though he did get very good at dodging cleaning brooms. So, my little friends, if you're ever traveling through the woods and you see a cheerful family with pancakes stacked to the ceiling, remember, they might just have a wishing table, a golden donkey, and a magic stick in a sack hiding behind the door. And always be kind, clever, and a little bit cheeky, just like little Fritz. For who knows what magic might pop up when you need it most. And that, my magical munchkins, is how a table made dinner, a donkey made money, and a stick delivered justice. If you enjoyed this tasty tale, give us a big imaginary high five and subscribe to Simple Stories, Smart Kids. We've got more stories every day, full of laughs, lessons, and just the right amount of weird. Until next time, remember, don't lie like a goat, don't steal magical furniture, and always believe in a little bit of magic.